From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, November 16th, 2016. Silver is trading at $17.01 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,226 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 0.33 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $738. Antiwar.com reports Secretary of State John Kerry announced a new ceasefire in Yemen on Tuesday following a Monday night meeting with the Shiite Houthi movement. They approved of the ceasefire, as did Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. The announcement came over the explicit objections of the pro-Saudi Hadi government, however, which complained of being cut out of the talks and which opposes the UN-backed peace plan that aims to end the war some 20 months after the initial Saudi invasion. The Saudis are said to have warmed to the plan, and pressure from them is also reportedly forcing President Hadi to temper his objections a bit. Previously, Hadi had rejected the deal out of hand after reports that it would effectively force him into a figurehead role. Though the Obama administration has been trying to sort of shift out of the way, they have been participating in the Saudi invasion from the beginning. Reports on the peace effort suggest President Obama is keen to get some sort of resolution to the conflict on the books before his term ends. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports Republicans in Congress unanimously renominated Wisconsin Representative Paul Ryan as Speaker of the House for another 2 years on Tuesday. A revitalized GOP on Capitol Hill made Ryan their official choice for the leadership post, in which he served for a year, taking over for John Boehner in October of 2015. The entire junior chamber will vote on the nomination just after the new year. Ryan ran unopposed and was renominated by unanimous vote on Tuesday. Representative Ryan reinforced his optimism in a press conference on Tuesday, saying, "Welcome to the dawn of a new unified Republican government. This will be a government focused on turning President-elect Trump's victory into real progress for the American people. At the same time, we recognize that the task ahead of us is enormous. If we are going to put our country back on the right track, we have got to be bold and we have to go big." Ryan's interest in maintaining the Speaker's post and propelling Trump's agenda through Congress comes after a campaign in which Ryan did not endorse Trump until June, well after he secured the GOP nomination. Ryan was also critical of Trump for his treatment of a Muslim Gold Star military family presented at the Democratic National Convention, and again after the Access Hollywood audio tape surfaced of Trump making vulgar comments about women from 2005. Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organization to show up in an emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare to the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411, because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com. Reuters reports a measure that would make Denver the first city in the United States to legalize the use of cannabis in venues such as clubs, bars, and restaurants is expected to get enough votes to pass, according to both backers and opponents of the initiative. The announcement comes amid a string of victories for proponents of medical and recreational cannabis use, with voters in California and Massachusetts approving ballot initiatives legalizing recreational use of cannabis last week. The Denver measure will permit private businesses to allow cannabis use by adults in designated areas with certain exceptions. Backers of the initiative said it would make Denver the first city in the country where cannabis enthusiasts can enjoy cannabis socially without fear of arrest. Kevan Kalitbari, a Denver businessman and lead proponent of the measure, said in a statement on Tuesday, "This is a victory for cannabis consumers who, like alcohol consumers, simply want the option to enjoy cannabis in a social setting." While other states have authorized similar plans, Kalitbari said Denver would be the first to actually implement them. He said businesses in the city could start opening their doors to cannabis users as soon as late January. Approval for Denver's initiative was leading in preliminary vote totals from last week's election. While the city's election agency said they would not certify results until next Tuesday, campaigns that supported and opposed the measure both agreed it had passed. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.